the Man United direction, the channel for United fans and global football lovers. Now, today, United fans are joining us on this pod after a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. Man United won, Chelsea won. A lot of fans are happy that United did not lose the third consecutive game on the bounce after losing humiliatingly at Anfield, badly losing at Emirates, which shouldn't have happened, but they were able to redeem themselves by finding a way to get a result against Chelsea, who are third in the Premier League. Today, I'm joined with the artist, the painter. Joe, welcome to the show, the Soul Man.
Yeah. What's up? What's up?
Representing UK, the artist, the painter, Vimo. Welcome
Hi.
to the show.
I see we are both artists and painters.
No, he's the Soul Man and the Peacemaker. I got it wrong. Your Champions League background kept confusing me. I just, my mind went to Champions League for a second.
Where we should have been.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly where we should have been.
bowed down.
All right, now, Old Trafford yesterday, Chelsea were on fire. They dominated us. United were literally hanging off, especially in the first half. But thanks for De Gea, who's always in top form. Vimo, what was your take?
Yeah, it was pure domination from Chelsea, wasn't it? If De Gea, I think he made like 6 saves in a very, very short space of time. So, pretty impressive. I think Chelsea, if they had been better with their finishing, more clinical, we could have been absolutely hammered, like we got with Liverpool. So yeah, at the goalkeeping end of the pitch and the top of the pitch, those two are performing. Everything in between is kind of a bit fuzzy.
Right? With shit in the middle, but the end.
Yeah, shit in the middle.
Joe, what was your take on the game?
I to be honest, I was super busy at work, so I wasn't as attentive as I would have liked to be. But it seemed like skin of our teeth and the hair, man. Every time it seems like for whatever reason, whenever the team is absolute shit, right? The team like the hair turns into a Super Saiyan. Like he just, clearly has given us at least 20 points this season. Easy. So yeah, touch and go. Wasn't surprised the game. Wasn't surprised with the play. Wasn't surprised with their dominance. They are where they are in the league because of the way they play, the way and their approach to games, and we are where we are, and look the way we do because of our approach to games. So I wasn't. There's nothing that surprises me anymore. Actually, there's no surprise. Hopefully, the only surprise that could happen at the end of the season for us to actually like smack somebody around. I don't even care if it's like a relegation team. We can't smack anybody around. When was the last time we smacked somebody around? Like
Norwich.
Truly just dominated and won a game.
Nobody. Leeds, Greek one.
Leeds always good for a good slapping.
Game one, yeah, game one.
That's 36 games ago.
Yeah, and I'm just, I mean, they look like a championship side, and we look like a team headed to Europa or conference.
Right.
It's
the difference
simple.
was clear.
You say Europa or conference? I thought it's just Europa League after Champions League. What's the conference?
The conference is.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
The Europa. I know the conference is the 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My laptop won't even let me Google that shit.
No. Has it got a Man United? Has it got a Man United filter? Man United failure filter.
Yeah, there you go.
So from what the game was yesterday, Chelsea came. They were looking for 3 points. We could see the hunger. United fans, the environment was subdued because it's like the fans kind of expected we're going to get thrashed. So let's just get ourselves ready for a beating. But De Gea was not allowing that. Ronaldo had another mindset. De Gea had another mindset. But the guy in the midfield, who I would say, at 35, Manutd is still delivered. He made the sole goal. His assist on Saturday at Emirates gave Ronaldo. His assist, his quick thinking, gave Ronaldo a goal. And Ronaldo put the ball one, raised the ball up. The rest was history. He killed it. Killed it flat.
I mean, over the last 2 games, if considering where Manutd is headed. He's headed out. He's actually increased his stock price
Exactly.
by a few mil
I'm telling you, mate.
over the last few games. Just letting people know, it's like, as if you can have some speedy guys around Manutd to cover for him for his legs, it could be a huge help to somebody, like a team that plays maybe defensive football, a lower side, not somebody that's
well, with
out guns
less
blazing,
running.
but he can definitely put in a shift easily.
He can. He was even taking players on, getting tackles in. But Scott McTominay was, headless at times. Bruno was absolutely shambolic. Yesterday, I don't know what is going on with Bruno. It's just gone wrong. There was a time they put him through, instead of shooting his left leg. I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't know. You know what? I don't know what is wrong with Bruno. Vimo, you saw Bruno's performance. What are you going to talk about Bruno quickly?
For Bruno, he's completely
lack of
derailed
confidence?
this season. I think the whole team is lacking confidence with Bruno. I think a sense of frustration because he can produce and he still does try and he does. I know his ball retention isn't very good, but he does whip that ball and he does create stuff for us. But his composure seems to be letting him down, and I think he's getting increasingly frustrated with his team. So he's
was the
derailed.
captain. 2 games in a row.
He has. Yeah, he has been derailed this season. I can see because that first season he was absolutely fantastic. So we know he's got quality. I think just the lack of performance and the lack of spirit in the team is affecting everyone in many ways. I mean, when we conceded that goal against Chelsea, Ronaldo's face was just shook his head and his eyebrows went up, thinking, "What the hell are these guys doing?" Did you see the back line and the midfield? They literally blended into almost one line,
One straight
and
line. Beat all.
and every single player was ball watching. They weren't looking around the players as to who was running in behind. Every single player was just watching the ball, and I've seen this time and time again. The players switch off, they ball watch, they don't watch the players that are creeping in behind and getting into spaces. Yeah, our defense just becomes very linear, and our midfield absorbs into that line as well. So we're literally
all in one line,
completely hemmed back. And so Chelsea and other teams just pass it back into midfield and try again and try again. We're just completely subdued and almost submissive in our style of football. I don't know what's going on with the shape of this team.
Reece James had a great day yesterday.
Yeah,
he bombarded Telles down the left, but there was no Rashford to help Telles. Rashford went missing again. Telles was on his own with 2 players, Reece James and Mason Mount. They were just taking turns. I'll torture him this time. We do a 2-1-2. Before Telles moves, they already moved the ball, but there was no one helping Telles down the left. Rashford, when it was so bad, they had to switch a line to the left because your boy won't do anything. He was even ex-United player Louis Saha, who was a great striker due to bad injuries, consistent injuries, said this guy should stop now, send him to Vegas. It's just
why Vegas?
Women and money, gamble, clear your head, get distracted.
Get a new hobby, prostitution and gambling.
There you go. Go to one of those
Elvis. You know what? You don't have enough in your life.
Yeah, you need some prostitution and gambling, man. That'll sort you out.
Go to an Elvis chapel. Okay. Joe, United just made it. They considered a goal in the 59th minute. Just when Chelsea were getting in, Matty dug deep. The ball he gave to Ronaldo on a plate. It was pitch perfect. All now just lift it up.
I mean, there was another time also where I believe it was Mathis that made a cross into the box, and Ronaldo didn't get a chance to get to it.
Yeah,
I can't praise the guy enough. I've slandered him in the past because of the speed and how a lot of times he leaves us exposed. But a lot of props, a lot of credit to him. This game, it was fantastic. Well, I wouldn't say fantastic, but it was a good solid.
Those 3 players kept it together. If you look at Delo, he was the closest to the guy who scored. What's the guy's name? Who scored Chelsea's goal? I can't forget.
Alonso.
The ball dropped Someone headed the ball before the local could turn around 360 and react. The ball was already gone past. It's just
The
slow reaction.
crazy thing is, even if Alonso wasn't there, right? What's his name was behind him. Mason Mount was behind him.
Yeah, to follow up.
So like,
Okay.
okay, so Dalot is already not covering his guy. Somebody else, Rashford, should have been the one that was covering Mason Mount in case Alonso didn't get the ball. I mean, and it's just like when we concede goals like that, sometimes you want to look at, okay, what could have, what could we have done different or whatever, right? And I'm looking at it, it's like, okay, so even if Dalot played Alonso, there would have been a wide open man like right behind him. And the thing is, like, Rashford was nowhere near him. Nowhere, like, oh my God, I'm looking at it right now. Rashford was walking.
Yeah. As he was doing
Rashford
through the
was
game,
walking.
just walking like he was in the park down the road, walking his
I mean,
dog.
doesn't he feel? Hey, okay, so I feel a little guilty, right? That I'm doing this call right now,
Mm,
right? A little guilty because I could be doing something else.
mm.
Don't you think Rashford feels, I mean, doesn't he feel guilty for just like stealing a wage in this way? Like, I mean, of course, there's no shame in a team that has Phil Jones, who is the king of stealing company hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Jesus, man, if not, I don't understand how somebody so young could be just like so like maybe he's burnt out. I don't know. Like it
Vimo,
looks like he's burnt out.
can you answer the
Who?
question? What do you think?
Who's burnt out?
Rashford.
Rashford.
So Rashford, like,
Yeah, yeah,
how
definitely
This
does
seems
burnt
like
how
a
out.
could Rashford
football
be
problem.
Yeah,
burnt
yeah,
out
he's
so
burnt out.
early? He walking
I
pace, can't be
I've
asked,
always
wants a new contract.
I've always seen Rashford as a bit of an emotional guy. His head down is a lot. Even when he's on form, or you don't see him celebrating a lot. You don't see him ecstatic. Even when he
No, not
was,
at all.
having a good season, his head is down. It's like he's got a lot of worries on his mind or something, or maybe he's just anxious about stuff. But he seems to be more down than usual. Some
He doesn't
people are
seem there.
outgoing, often extroverted characters. He doesn't seem that way, and I think that things are weighing him down. And when his football is going badly, it weighs him down even more. So I can see why Saha is saying that. He needs to go and just take his mind off football and find some peace again. Whatever
Right,
that may be
right.
In Vegas.
In
in
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah. Vegas will welcome him. You spend money in place, spend a few thousands. The wages you've taken from the club, spend in Vegas. Gamble a bit because this is not going to work. The season cannot. And he said he wants to work with Ten Hag. Not with this attitude, bro. No way. Not with this. This is not going to work out. It's not going to work out. He needs to fix it. But it's too late for him to fix it. The season is done. We only got 2 games left. That's it. Or 3 games. 3 games left against Brentford, Crystal Palace, and I think is it Brentford? I think that's it actually. We got Brentford on Monday.
I just quickly checked about this Europa Conference League play.
Mm.
So Europa League, obviously Champions League is first 4. Europa League is 5th and 6th, and then they've created this Europa Conference League place, which goes to 7th. So yeah,
So
that's
is
what it
that to get
is.
people to qualify for Europa League, or is there a
I
Conference
guess
League
so.
Cup at the end of that?
No, I think they get merged into this Europa
Europa
League
League.
at some point, but maybe they have
So
another
now the
qualifying match or
Europa League
something like that.
have so now the Europa League have teams
5th and
being fed
6th.
to them from the Champions League and a lower side.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's where
correct.
we are. That's the
Couldn't
standards.
care
United.
less.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
better start the under 23s for those games. I could care less.
But they said Ten Hag will have an opportunity to utilize other players in the competition. The more competitions there are, the more he could utilize his players. That is what fans are saying. Yes, it's crazy, but it's at the same time it does make sense because if you're only in 3 tournaments, mm, you know your squad, if especially you're going for the domestics, you could use all your best players for domestic. But if you have the side trophies, you could try
Let me
other
ask you a
players.
question.
Mm.
Do you think we would have had a better season if we were only playing for the league.
Mm-mm.
Then that sentiment, that idea that because we are in multiple tournaments, well, all of a sudden going to be playing better. No, like that doesn't change anything. You know what we need, right? The reason why we have this situation with um like I get the idea that we need to be able to play more players, right? But we need a situation where we're telling players that are not playing well to get dropped.
Yeah,
That's how you
yeah,
play.
true.
Everybody's not playing at their top level.
No,
So
they're not.
why are we having to struggle
Accommodate.
about who should be playing or accommodate people that are not like, that's unacceptable. No, I'm done. Like I'm like I feel like I said before, we need some time off Europe. One season.
They
One
need the
season.
money
No,
to
Europe. I
finance
don't do. We
other
have.
players and
Are we gonna
purchases.
go bankrupt if we're not in the Champions League?
No, we're not.
How many
Oh, hell,
seasons? Didn't we go through a couple of seasons without being in the Champions League?
yes.
People are still buying tickets. People are still buying jerseys.
Merchandise,
Like
yeah.
it's not gonna stop. It's not
No.
gonna stop. Okay. So nobody's gonna go bankrupt. But I feel like, especially for Ten Hag, right? He needs some time, right, to work this team to get them where they need to be. Because if the inclusion in Europe will only muddy the waters even more, because the expectation of us playing a certain way, winning certain games, is going to force Ten Hag to sometimes put in lineups that he probably doesn't want to put up.
Right.
You know,
You
so
make a valid point,
that's what I
mate. You
say.
make a valid point. News I was reading today: Harry Maguire's out for the season. Vimo, what's your take on that? People are saying
Did
people are saying it's a
did
sympathy.
someone
It's a
did
way to
someone
take him
send him like
away and sympathize with him.
did someone send him like a suspicious box of donuts or something and say, look, stay away from Old Trafford?
Could be.
It's a
Could
joke.
be. It could be. It could be.
Basically, you had the death threat, or sorry, the bomb threat rather,
Right.
which is a death threat, really, isn't it? But I was just being
Yeah.
facetious.
The way I see it,
Someone,
but
yeah.
I think when I saw it, I saw a lot of fans commented after it saying this is a sympathy way. So when he comes back, oh, we know what you've been through. But no, people don't forget the failures
What?
of what you've
I
done.
Why is
do
he out
not.
anyway?
Yeah.
Do we know why he's not playing for the rest of the
No,
season?
I think they said he needs time out. I think Rashford should
Do
have followed
not
suit.
He
care.
needs time out. So maybe he
He's
should just
another one
go
that
to
needs time out.
Vegas with Rashford then. Maybe Maguire
Exactly.
and Rashford should just go to Vegas together.
Right. That's what it is. And we are a team that has literally the season started very well with expectations. We were supposed to be challenging at least trying for the title. Meant for hypothetically. But hey, we are challenging for fifth and sixth spot. How the season is so derailed so quick. But
Yeah.
In the beginning of the season, there was a little part of me, right, because I was very optimistic as well, right, and then I just stopped and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we were shit? But then I easily brushed it off because I looked at the lineup. I was like,
well, this before
oh, no
Ronaldo or
way.
when Ronaldo joined.
When Ronaldo joined.
Right. Because we had Varane,
Ronaldo was
Sancho.
Yeah. Ronaldo was the cherry on top, right? But then as the season progressed, you realize, oh shit, we forgot to bake the actual cake. We just put a cherry on top, and we have this uncooked.
And everything started to start to slowly fall apart.
Fall apart. Right now we just
5-0 at Liverpool.
we have this
5-0.
unrecognizable.
So the cherry's still there on top of the crumbs.
The cherry's still there. It's still doing its thing. That cherry is still there.
It's still doing it despite
the cherry is the only reason why people recognize this cake as a cake. If it wasn't for the cherry, I know this analogy is going up well, but Ronaldo is the only thing that's making us look like a team, because right now we can't even United teams score, and he's the only one scoring for us right now, which is ridiculous.
And Cavani
Absolutely.
checked out and left Ronaldo all alone. Another idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, Cavani. Cavani was like,
I know he's so
yo,
done.
this
That's
is
One
another
thing
one
I
who's
one thing I noticed.
stealing company wages.
this dude is he's played more games for Uruguay than for
Oh
Manchester
yeah,
United this
100%.
Yeah,
season.
I saw that.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
One thing I noticed with
Come on.
Ronaldo, one thing I noticed with Ronaldo, like he has been making a lot of effort and he does try hard. And every time that, we need to try and get into that final third and score goals, he seems completely isolated. He's got no support around him. You would expect that you would have, let's say, an attacker on either side that you can play the ball to.
play the ball
He's
off.
literally having to do everything himself in that final third.
Yeah.
And I just see that some players just literally stroll into that box where he's bombing it. He's in 10th gear or 4th gear, whatever it may be, but he's bombing it into that box. And the other guys stroll in. They don't seem, keen to get a goal. I mean, it's just, as a striker, you need support around you, especially when you're going to be surrounded by, four
So,
Chelsea
for
defenders
Chelsea
plus
defenders,
midfielders all hacking away at you trying to get the ball. You need someone to play off, to lay the ball off to.
exactly.
Yeah.
I see it time and time again.
I mean, I'm trying not to think that way, but I have thought that way. That some players in that club are trying to sabotage this club, whereby they want them to finish as low as possible. I think some people, this is me, hypothetically thinking, I think there's some players there who are envious of Ronaldo. They don't want him to succeed at United. So if we're gonna fail, we're gonna make sure you fail too. It sometimes feels that way. That some of these
This
guys
guy,
do
this guy has gone through multiple countries, multiple leagues, multiple teams. Do you think, like, to be that guy that's deciding that he's gonna hate on Cristiano Ronaldo, you have to like, wait, do you think you're the first guy that has had something against Ronaldo, or first guy that's trying to hinder him from success? Bro, it's not gonna happen, man. He is brushed aside hate, envy his entire career and shot for the start every time. Like Manchester United and whoever's there in that locker room, if there's any snakes in that locker room, there's no way any one of those snakes can possibly think they're going to be able to stop this man. Better men have tried
mental thing,
and
yeah.
failed, you know?
Yeah.
So it's either you gotta lay down or you gotta get down, That's it. So, or just get out the way,
Right.
I don't get it.
So we played Chelsea twice this season and we've drawn 1-1 against both. At Stamford Bridge 1-1. That was Carrick's first game in charge. And yesterday 1-1 at Old Trafford. But the difference was with Carrick, United played kind of a Ragnick high line, gave Chelsea a future. But yesterday, it's the crowd just did not expect anything from United because the dominance from Chelsea was like wave after wave after wave of attacks.
Yeah.
And like Remote said, the midfield just kept going further and further back. So it became an all one line defense. And a few times United go forward, only Ronaldo's up front. There was no. It's so bad at times that you do wonder like the season can't end. It's so good the season's coming to an end because if this was 10 more games to go, it would have been drastic. Because whereby the car, the gas, the petrol of the car is literally on the reserve, but the car's still shaking just to get to the finish. That's where we are just struggling to just get to the finishing line before it finally gasket, head
Yeah, I'm
gasket,
sure.
water hose, everything, the radiators all leaking water. It's all everything's saying red on your dashboard. That's how United are just going putt. So
I'm sure these
Brentford on
guys.
Monday. Brentford on Monday at Old Trafford. Vimo.
Yeah, Brentford, they play a nice
Tricky.
brand of
They're a very
football,
tricky team.
quite very tricky team. And Ivan Toney's now hit some form again, and he's a very tough striker. I'm sure he'll get the England call up at some point, but he's pretty good. He found some amazing form in the beginning, peaked off, and now he had a dip, and now he's come back again. He's starting to score, and he's starting to be a real threat. Thomas Frank is also a very good manager. He's got his team to play very, very nice attacking, expansive football. And we are kind of, as you say, stuttering along. So yeah, they'll probably give us a very good match. Where are they now? Mid-table somewhere? They're
Yes.
quite safe, aren't they? in
Newly
terms of
promoted,
relegation?
safe, really safe.
12th place. Yeah, very, very good for a newly promoted team.
Yeah.
So I think they'll give us a tough match. And they know that, we're like a wounded dog at the moment, so they just kick us a little bit more. It's a bit cruel, isn't it? But
Yeah, it is. Joe, Brentford
yeah.
on Monday. Old Trafford.
The memo is out. I don't think there's anything we can do to stop them other than guarantee that Cristiano Ronaldo starts the game. Our only chance right now is because we are a team that's like stuck in the middle because we defend like a counter-attacking team, but we progress the ball like we're trying to do tiki-taka. And that is one thing we don't know how to do, right? I can understand that we sit back, we soak up pressure. As soon as we get the ball, we're quick and we're chucking balls forward. Those are the kind of games, those are the kind of systems that Bruno and Rashford play really well at. But if that's not what we're doing, I just don't see, I can't rationalize a strategy of how we can beat anyone right now. So our strategy is to just keep letting Ronaldo play. Just give Ronaldo the ball. That's it. Give Ronaldo as many chances. And if we can do that, I think we have a chance. If we give Ronaldo the ball as many times as possible, that will then just increase our ability to be able to, So I would go with maybe another 1-1 tie, 2-2 tie.
1-1 tie.
For a team like Brentford as well, the more they climb up the table, the more money they earn, and they need it. They need that money. So I think they're going to be much more up for it than we are.
Yes.
The other thing as well, if we've got, and the other thing as well, if we have so many players who have checked out, why they keep getting played again and again? That's the thing that really baffles me.
The only reason Rashford started, there was no Sancho. There's no Sancho yet. Sancho's injured. That's the only reason why they started Rashford. And people be saying, start Rashford. We started him now. See the difference. It didn't make a difference. Come off the bench, he's poor. Start, he's poor.
And we will see him the next 2 games because what's his name is done for the season? Sancho.
What I mean?
What's happened to Sancho?
He's got like tonsillitis.
Tonsillitis.
I think he's out for the season. I think he's done.
That won't affect his feet though. He might have a bit of a sore throat, but he can play.
Come on now, we already have a history of playing injured players, man. Come on, let that guy live.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't want to exacerbate his tonsillitis.
There you go. So yeah, I won't be surprised. So yeah.
Over here, they just simply cut them out and give you ice cream, and that's it. You're released. So, but the thing is, we saw glimpses of Garnacho. We saw glimpses of Medjbury. We know that we've got some other decent academy players. For the last 4 games? I would give them a go.
I would.
I would. You wouldn't?
Just fuck it.
But they seem more hungrier than the other players. I mean, I know what you're saying. You could just let them take responsibility and crash the season because that's what they've been doing. But if these young academy players are going to get a chance in Ten Hag's squad, then why not let them, audition a little bit now and get warmed up and get a taste for, playing in the big games?
Because if it's one thing that you may not see that much skill, right? But those kids are gonna run. Whoever plays, if you start those kids and if you play them, whoever played those kids at the end of the game, they're gonna need some oxygen because those kids are gonna run on the fucking deck because they're gonna be over there trying to impress. They know a new manager is coming in. They're gonna want to get some tape. They're gonna want their YouTube highlight reels to get updated, right? So I think that's a good idea for us to try to to get some of these youngins in here, man. Because I mean, one, that's our culture. Two, no matter what happens, it only benefits us. If we crash out and don't make the Europa League, Conference League, whatever the fuck league, and
The way
Um,
doctor quickly like, is anyone hearing me?
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. Right.
I mean, we don't
Remember
have to
the
play
epic.
them for we don't have to play them for the full 90 minutes. Let's break them in slowly. Give them second half games or 30 minutes
How
or
many?
whatever.
Who
Just
could,
let them deal with some of that stardom.
right.
A little
More.
bit of preparation.
Could you help us see how many games left for United season and how many home games left? I know Brentford is a home. After Brentford, is that it?
Bear with me. My internet's struggling a little bit.
Right.
Wait, okay, let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
Like from Vin, from Mal, and I see this a lot with YouTube individuals from UK. They keep complaining about the internet. Like, how shit is your internet over there?
I
Like,
think,
what's going on?
because where I am, they have been building flats like crazy, and also having to expand the fiber network. And I think that the bandwidth is just so flooded at the moment that everyone is struggling with their internet. Because it's we're inundated with a lot of people from around the world coming to the UK. I don't know why everyone comes to the UK, but they just do, and the
Right.
population is just spiraling. And where I am now, 10,000 units have gone up in the past 2 or 3 years.
No way.
Yeah, around the
Are
stadium,
you on
around
Wi-Fi?
Wembley Stadium.
Are you on
I'm
Wi-Fi?
on Wi-Fi, yeah.
Where's the router
Yeah.
at?
My router is on the second floor, but I've got an extender underneath my desk here.
Mm,
We'll talk
that
about that
might be
offline then.
yeah. That could
Let's
be
talk
a
about that
problem.
offline.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so we
I'm
have
sure the viewers
Brentford,
don't know. Yeah.
we have
Okay, I've got it.
Brentford, Brighton, and
Yeah.
Crystal Palace.
So got Brighton,
Right. So
who are very hard to
three
beat.
games left.
Three.
We've got 3 games left.
3 games.
Ooh, how many are home?
Yeah.
After Brentford.
Brentford's home, and the other 2 are away. Final game, Crystal Palace away on the 22nd. Brighton away on the 7th of May. So there's a bit of a gap there between 7th and 22nd.
Yes, 50, 2
What's
weeks
happening
off.
there?
2 weeks off.
Crazy.
Because I
What a
think
way
there's
to
also
like
FA Cup in there
postpone.
somewhere.
So the
But
players have got a lot
Brighton,
of time off.
Brighton beat Chelsea. Brighton beat Arsenal. I won't be surprised if they beat us because they're a really good team. Well, I mean, they've done good work. They're beating Arsenal. They're beating Chelsea. So they're not a bad team. Even Brentford. No, I hope you guys don't forget. Brentford went to Stamford Bridge and hit Chelsea for 4, 3 weeks ago. So let's hope they're not on that level that they score 4 against us on Monday. That would be an embarrassment. But
Brighton are in 11th. Brentford are in 12th. Crystal Palace are in 14th. But they're only, a few points above those fighting for relegation. So I know that they're going to be looking to bow out.
Can Everton escape? Can Everton escape?
Oh, so Everton have just dropped into the relegation. Wow.
Yeah.
So Everton are on 29 points, Watford are on 22 points, Norwich on 21.
Norwich are done.
Just above Everton. Norwich are definitely done, yeah. And they gave us a good game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Burnley are in 17th. Leeds have kind of survived almost. What was that? You're doing a Suri.
Yeah. Yes. Right. So that's what. So he predicted a draw. What do you predict for the Burnley game?
I predicted a draw because there's no one in our team apart from Ronaldo that seems likely to score now. We have only one goal scorer, and I do remember that the years that we won the Premier League, we had everyone scoring.
Is that the whole team chipped in? 1 goal, 2 goals here.
Centre backs.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Right backs.
Centre backs.
Everyone chipped in.
Everyone. Yeah. And that's what I've noticed, that everyone scores. You look at the teams at the top now. Liverpool, everyone scores. City, everyone scores. We have one goal scorer. There's no chance in hell we can win anything.
And he's 37.
And he's 37. So that just shows you how bad this team is. And I really can't wait till it's broken up.
Yeah, I think so too. I can't wait for it to be disbanded. But this band is not delivering the music we all expecting. It's not going to work out.
Yeah,
So
this
I hope
band very bad.
it really is. Ah, it is really bad. So, mate, on that note, we're gonna do a post match for the Brentford game on Sunday. We'll take it from there. And yeah, we got no games this weekend.
Post match or pre match?
Pre-match, sorry. Pre-match game
Pre-match,
against
yeah.
Brentford for the Brentford game.
On Sunday.
This weekend is free, so no games for us. I mean, other teams will
Yeah.
play the game. We just have to watch and see. And those teams around us who are going to be going. The Arsenal Tottenham games that next week, because I'm looking forward to that game actually. Spurs and Arsenal at the Lane.
I'd have to check. Yeah,
That's going to be winner takes all.
Tottenham are on. Yeah, Tottenham are on 33 games, and they're 3 points ahead of us. Arsenal have got into fourth, also on 33 games, and they're on 60 points. So we are 5 points behind, and 2 less games than Arsenal.
So
we
the
have got
only
no chance
way
of getting that now.
The only way to get into
completely
the
blown.
four is waiting for Arsenal to lose 2 games in a row, and it's not happening, bro. It's not going to happen.
No.
No.
And they did lose a few games, and Tottenham lost a few games, and we
And
still didn't show enough spirit.
It's quite sad, though. It is sad that
It's sad, yeah.
this team just can't be asked to be out. They just can't be asked. There's only one guy who's asking for it, and that's Ronaldo. I know deep down he's hurting.
And the look on his face. He's
When that
hurting.
goal
The
went
look
in.
on his face.
Where that goal
His
went in.
eyebrows raised. He shook his head and his eyebrows raised, thinking, "What the hell? Who are these people, man? Who's this team behind me?"
Completely different.
It's probably
team
the worst team.
He left.
Yeah, probably the one. I mean, looking at it historically, this is probably the worst team he's ever been in now.
Yeah,
since he left.
No trophy, nothing. No trophies. This team is trophyless, toothless, gutless, gritless.
Yeah.
Just rubbish. But
yeah.
Bimo,